We are just so back. Welcome to the Mario Matter, your favorite Nintendo podcast, episode number 81. We're getting closer to that 100. Stick around for that one with your host, EmSwizzle or Max. Max from the YouTube channel EmSwizzle that is about Nintendo. You know, it strings along smooth. Welcome to the show, guys. There's a lot to discuss in the world of Nintendo as of right now. On this show today, we have tons of Nintendo news to dive into. Nintendo is shutting down more emulators, Paper Mario 1000 your door, freaking so much stuff, PAX East, we got a rumor, Splatoon, a lot of cool stuff to discuss on today's show. After we discuss all of the Nintendo news that is popping up recently in the Nintendo world, we dive into the game that has just released, Princess Peach Showtime. I have the game right here. What are my thoughts on it? My first impressions, should you buy the game? After that, we discuss what Nintendo should be naming their next console. It is quite the hot debate right now. There's some people saying that they're going to name it the Switch Attach, which is kind of weird. We'll get into all of that. And at the tail end of that segment, we'll answer your questions that you have asked me through voicemails and through written questions. All great stuff on today's show. A lot to look forward to. But guys, one thing before we do get into all of it. Last episode, we hosted a giveaway, giving away a copy of the Princess Peach Showtime game. We are happy to report over here on the Mario Matter that the winner of the giveaway is, drumroll, Nintendom7293. Nintendom, I have replied your comment that you left me. I will guarantee it is you that replies back to me. Reply back to me with some way to contact you, Twitter, Instagram, anything, email, something, and I will send you your digital code of the game. Very, very cool, guys. Thank you all so much for entering the giveaway. I really do appreciate it so much, and we'll host more later on as more games come out. With that said, though, I don't want to waste your time. That's just a little introduction there. Let's go ahead and let's get into what you are here for in Nintendo news. Let's go.
Welcome to the Mario Matter, the #1 Nintendo podcast.
Guys, how are we doing? Sometimes I'm just so fired up during the intro. I'm excited to host a great podcast episode. I don't even ask how you guys are. How are we doing, guys? How's it going? How is it? How's the weekend? What's happening? Comment down below if you're listening on a platform that can comment, so that would be YouTube or Spotify. Guys, welcome to the Nintendo News Headlines segment, where we go through Nintendo news that has popped up recently as of this show being posted on March 23rd. Quite the time to be a Nintendo fan right now. We have all of the news on pieces of paper in this hat that I have right here. So we're going to shake up the hat and pick out a piece of news. However, there's one piece of news that I do want to begin with because we like to start with a bang over here on the Mario Matter, doing the chitter chatter. So I'm going to go ahead and begin with a bang, and then we'll start taking headlines from that hat that I have. So let's begin here talking about news. We begin. Nintendo is shutting down maybe another Nintendo Switch emulator. So big news from a couple of weeks ago. We found out that Nintendo was shutting down the Yuzu Nintendo Switch emulator. Now, I hear some of you guys out there saying, what is an emulator, Max? Tell us, what is this and why are they shutting it down? Well, a lot of us know that Nintendo likes to shut down things that they don't like to be online. And an emulator strikes the chord for them. An emulator is where you can play Nintendo Switch games anywhere except for your actual Switch itself. So you were able to play Switch games on PC. Something that I really like and I'm kind of in favor of, but I guess they don't like it. So after they shut down this one emulator called Yuzu, another emulator popped up. Guess what it's called? Sue You, because Nintendo sued Yuzu. So now this is like Sue You. Get it? Like it's called Sue You, but it says Sue You. I'm sure that you get it, right? It's a funny name. And guess what, guys? Nintendo might be shutting them down. Now, as it stands right now, we do not know if Nintendo has interest in shutting them down. But let me tell you what we do actually know. So, the Sue You emulator is still up right now. It's still up. If you want it, I'm not gonna encourage it. But if you do want it, it is online still. I'll tell you that. But they have received a DMCA takedown, so they're off this one site called GitLab. GitLab has issued a DMCA takedown against Suyu. Basically meaning, like, it was being ran and hosted on GitLab. Now it's not anymore, is what I've been told. For example, this article from Ars Technica, is that how you say it? Switch emulator Suyu hit by GitLab DMCA, but the project lives on through self-hosting. So if you go to their site, you can still get it. However, there is currently no evidence that we have that says Nintendo had anything to do with that. Who knows? Nintendo might have said, hey, could you guys take that down for us? And they might have done it. We don't know if Nintendo was involved. That's why this is a rumor. That's why this is a big maybe. Nintendo might be going after Suyu, okay? Especially because it was so quick after the last emulator got shut down. It's like, you know, that's one that you might want to worry about. So, watch out for Suyu. Be careful using Suyu. They might get taken down, guys. Who knows what's going on there? But that is our first piece of news. I just thought it was one to start with because, like, my episode where I talked about Yuzu got, you know, some people listening, and I figured that was a big topic. Now look at this, guys. They might be shutting down someone else. If they ever do shut down Suyu, we will let you know on the Mario Matter Nintendo podcast. Guys, I am reaching in the headline hat right now. This purple hat fits the channel branding, not the podcast branding. This podcast branding is like red and white. My channel branding for my personal YouTube channel, EmSwizzle, is purple. So I guess this kind of fits. So let's go ahead. Let's find some news to talk about. Let's do this one, guys. Oh, very fitting. Princess Peach Showtime review scores have been revealed. So, as a lot of you guys know, when brand new Nintendo Switch games release, a lot of journalists and article publication companies like to put out their review score for the game. And you might know a lot of these publications, I guess you would call them, that have issued out review scores for Princess Peach Showtime. And I'm not going to lie, they're kind of all over the place. So, Princess Peach Showtime, you know, Princess Peach game that released this week. I will be talking about it later. But for now, I love to look at the score for the game, the rating for the game on Metacritic. Because Metacritic is like everyone combined into one final score. And the Metacritic score right now, so this is kind of like what the average rating is a 75 out of 100 at the time of recording. 75 out of 100. So a 7.5 out of 10. You know, quick math. Is what the average rating is for Princess Peach Showtime. Screen Rant gives it a 9 out of 10. CG Magazine gives it an 8.5 out of 10. XGN, 8.5 out of 10. Checkpoint Gaming, 8 out of 10. Destructoid, Video Games Chronicle, Vooks, Nintendo Life, Eurogamer, all give it 8 out of 10. And there's a few 7s, 7.5 from Washington Post, 7.5 from Game Informer, 7 out of 10 from IGN. Reviews are kind of all over the place. You have some 9s, some 7s, some 7.5s. There's even one 7.6 out of 10 from The Games Machine. Reviews are out for the game, but they're just a little bit everywhere, guys. I don't know. I'm not really sure what to tell you, but, or am I? We dive into my review score for the game later on in this podcast episode, so stay tuned for that one. Guys, if you've played Princess Peach Showtime while I'm grabbing our next news headline, comment down below. What are you thinking of the game? You know, I'm gonna say comment down below a few times in this episode, so just keep on editing your comment whenever I say comment down below. All right, guys, shaking up the hat here. Let's see our next headline. Boom! Oh, guys, recent events. Nintendo has revealed their booth at the PAX East convention. So if you do not know, guys, there is a gaming type convention going on right now as I speak, maybe not as you listen. Well, if you listen on the podcast on the day that this podcast comes out, yes, it's still going on. But PAX East is a gaming convention taking place, I believe, in Boston. And Nintendo is actually there. So, basically, We didn't even know that, last week that Nintendo was going to be there, showing off games, having demos playable. We didn't know that they were going to be at this convention last week. It was revealed this week. So that was kind of weird, kind of put people on notice, surprised people, got people excited. And so last year at PAX East, Nintendo was there, and all they really had, I believe, was like a statue of Link. I mean, that was like the main event for anyone at PAX East last year for Nintendo. This year, guys, you might think they have a Princess Peach Showtime demo available on a screen with a controller for anyone who walks up to the Nintendo booth to try out, because, that's their brand new game. You might think they have a Paper Mario Thousand Year Door demo available right there for people to go up and play it, right? People who are in this convention, who bought tickets, right? Literally the entire booth that they have this year is Pokemon. As of right now. As it is now, Saturday, the entire thing is just Pokemon. So, you're able to play a Detective Pikachu demo, which I'm not really sure who wants to be doing that. You're able to play Pokemon Legends Arceus as a demo, and you're able to play Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet as a demo. Yeah, I mean, not looking too hot for the Nintendo booth, I would say, but there is somebody there who is hand painting a Pokemon mural, which is very cool. I'll throw it on screen for those who are watching the video version. Audio listeners, you'll have to do some strong imagination, I would suggest. But I mean, that's very cool. That's awesome. At least there's some pizzazz, right? There's some pizzazz at the Nintendo PAX East booth. You can't hate it. Now, while the people there would want something big, like a Paper Mario demo, even like an Endless Ocean demo would be awesome, you're not getting it. So if you're at PAX East now, comment down below. I'd love to know. I'm obviously not there. I have to podcast, but I would love nothing more than to sit here and podcast while everyone's at PAX East playing Detective Pikachu. Oh, it's just a great day, guys. So let's grab our next news headline. I'm gonna go to PAX eventually. I've never ever been to PAX East, so maybe that's on the bucket list there. But guys, guess what? Guess what? Something that has been at PAX East before is a game called Super Smash Bros. Have you ever heard of it? I don't know if you have. It's not very popular. I hope everyone knows that was a joke. Well, guess what, guys? It's actually getting an update. What's it? 4 years after it released? No, more than that. Like 5-6 years? It released in 2018, right? Or 19. Somewhere around 5 to 6 years after release, it's getting an update. They are getting new Super Smash Bros. Spirits. New spirits for the game are releasing. What are these spirits, you might ask? Well, Super Mario Bros. Wonder spirits and Princess Peach Showtime spirits. Now, you might think, well, Max, I have Smash, but what the heck is a spirit? Listen, guys, honestly, last time that this happened, I didn't really know what a spirit was. I never played the mode where, you get these spirit things or whatever. What is a Super Smash Bros. Spirit? Do you guys want to see this? Characters have lost their physical forms and become spirits, which can be collected to augment the power of your fighters, opponents, and even amiibo figures. I believe, would you do that in the adventure mode? That's where you get them. Sorry, that was on the tip of my tongue there. The adventure mode is where you get these spirits. So there are Mario Wonder and Princess Peach Showtime ones. However, if you're hearing this podcast and you're like, oh, the Max, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go load up Smash Bros. And I'm gonna see all the spirits and I'm gonna try to get them. You have 5 days, brother. You have 5 days. They leave on March 27th, I've been told. You got 5 days, 4 now, actually, because this podcast comes out on Saturday. 4 days. Go get your Super Mario Bros. Wonder and your Princess Peach Showtime spirits. They'll be gone. They'll be gone. They'll be gone March 27th. Go get them now. Or else you might just be too late, guys. You may end up being too late. What's that Drake album? If you're reading this, it's too late, guys. If you're listening to the podcast, and somebody will after March 27th. If you're listening, it's too late, guys. All right, next piece of news here. Here we go. Ooh, what does this say? Oh, guess what, guys? This is the rumor that I talked about at the beginning of the show. I forgot to take it out of the hat. Well, let's go ahead, rip that one. We do not need that headline. Let's pick a new one that is not a piece of news that we've discussed. Silly old me, guys. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Guys, guess what? I talked about this a little bit last week with our guest, Landon. By the way, there was no guest today because I wanted to discuss Princess Peach Showtime, and I could not guarantee if I get a guest on, they have also played. So, you know, I'm not going to talk about a game while the guest isn't talking about it and just like you know, listening to me. So, the solo episode this week, guys, Princess Peach Showtime has a purchase bonus at Target. So, if you're listening to this Saturday morning and you're like, man, I thought I was going to skip the Peach game this time. I'm not going to buy it. But man, Target has like 9 in stock. Head over there right now, guys, okay? Head over there now. Start getting your keys. While I explain this to you, I expect you to be grabbing your keys, getting in your car, and driving off, okay? There is a Princess Peach Showtime purchase bonus, and it is, guys, a cup. If you would like a cup, you can have a cup. Because my stuff is disconnecting. My capture card. Okay, guys, okay, we're good. My capture card keeps disconnecting. You can get a cup for free with your purchase of Princess Peach Showtime, guys. So if you buy the game for the full $60, you get a cup that has Peach on it and the logo right above it. It says Princess Peach Showtime. The cup is yellow and the top of the cup is red. Do you really want a Princess Peach Showtime cup? I mean, guys, listen up. This is gonna be a freaking collectible. In 90 years, when someone's selling a Princess Peach Showtime cup, mint condition, still in plastic, for $8 billion on eBay, you're gonna be like, dude, that EmSwizzle guy didn't miss. He was serious. This will be a collector's item. Do I really think that? Not quite. Can we actually look? Guys, I guarantee you, today, as of recording, is Friday, the March 22nd. If we search Princess Peach Showtime cup, let's see if someone like went to Target and just didn't want it. Oh my god! Oh my, dude! There's so many listings for the Princess Peach Showtime cup. So these people went to freaking Target, got their cup, and was like, nope, selling it on eBay. If you want the cup, guys, without going to Target, you must pay $40 to these eBay sellers. Guys, somebody, do you know how you have to like take a picture of your listing and then post it on eBay so people can see that you actually have the item? Someone took a picture of this on like their toilet paper like attacher, like roll thing, like the metal thing on the wall. Someone took this on top of a toilet paper spot. Okay, well, you know, I don't want to know where that cup has been, but yeah, I ain't buying that one. You know, that's probably why it's only $40, because this other one is like $45. The other one is $75. Dude, Princess Peach Showtime cups? Psh, unexpected, you know, collector's item this year. Who would have thought going into 2024 that a Princess Peach Showtime cup would be the most sought after Nintendo collectible, guys? It's a wacky world out there. Our next piece of news, guys. Speaking of wacky world, speaking of people buying games, speaking of Princess Peach Showtime cups, well, not speaking of that. Paper Mario, The Thousand in Your Door, a game that you all love to hear about, and a game that you are all probably pretty excited about. You know, it's brand new Paper Mario. Sorry, not brand new. Not what I meant. I meant a new Paper Mario experience. No, it's a remake. A new Paper Mario remake is how we should put it there, guys. Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door. Do you know when, like, before games come out, pre-orders go up? Like, you know, Amazon, you can pre-order it, whatever. The pre-orders for Amazon have sold out completely. So, guys, if you know, if you're sitting there like, oh man, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door comes out in May, I'll just roll up to Target and pick it up then. Try to go pre-order it on Amazon, guys. They're totally out of stock. If you go to the site right now, it says currently unavailable. We don't know when or if this item, Thousand Year Door, will be back in stock. Now, guys, I can most definitely assure you it will be back in stock. There's no way that this game will go, will go missing, will go rare after like the first million copies are gone. That would be impossible. That's just it's not going to happen, right? So the game will be back on Amazon, and I would assume, guys, because it's currently out of stock on Amazon, I think that it'll come back on Amazon in like a week or so, just because if it's sold out of pre-orders, they would want to get that back up on their site, as any business would. You'll take customers' money, sure, well, right? So they're gonna bring the game back. Obviously, it's just like a shock. When's the last time that you saw pre-orders sell out? It ain't very often. So Paper Mario Thousand Year Door making serious waves over on that Amazon website. Have you all ever heard of Amazon before? I've never even heard of Amazon. Yeah, I'm making terrible jokes today. Guys, for anyone who can't tell that I'm joking, probably thinks that I was like just born. Like it's terrible. So, anyways, guys, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. We're choosing our next paper headline here. Scary, man, scary. Like I should probably go and pre-order my copy of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, because otherwise, you know what, guys, I'm gonna be here on launch day and just have no copy of the game. And if that happens, I'll buy it digitally. But our next headline, guys, new amiibo restocks. Amiibo have been restocked, and you better be grabbing your phone right now. Buy these right now if you want them, guys, because they might just go quick. We got 2 amiibo that were previously released. They are Smash Bros. Amiibo. They've been restocked now. You might want to go get them. Number 1, the first amiibo that has been restocked, and I actually bought this one just because... Why did I do that? I think because it gives you a free Mario Kart outfit. The Sonic amiibo for Super Smash Bros. Has been restocked. And the Cloud amiibo, which is a bit more of a popular one than I thought it would be. I was looking at the replies for a tweet that said, Sonic and Cloud back in stock. People were like, it was an overwhelming, I bought the Cloud. I bought Cloud. Thank you, I secured the Cloud amiibo. Like, Cloud is a lot more popular than I thought he would be. Like, really? Wow. That's kind of cool. Because listen, guys, I didn't even know. I don't know none of the freaking Smash Bros. DLC characters. Cloud's a DLC, right? I think Cloud's a DLC. I don't know Terry and Cloud and whoever these guys are. It's just not a thing that I'm really into. I don't know where Cloud even comes from. Can we Google Cloud? Well, if I Google Cloud, I'll see a Cloud. Cloud Smash Bros. Where do you come from, bro? Cloud. What is Cloud from? Cloud? It's not telling me. Where is Cloud from Smash Bros. From? You all are probably face palming right now. The Sacred Land. The Zelda-themed dungeon. I think that's how to unlock Cloud. Okay, guys, I have no idea. I don't know. But he was pretty popular. I thought that people would be rushing to go after the Sonic amiibo. No, man. Cloud steals the show. Cloud steals the spotlight. So, very cool, but go and get your amiibo. They are on Best Buy, actually, so you'll have to go over there to get them. They might appear on Nintendo's site eventually, but as of right now, that's a Best Buy thing. But our final piece of news, and a great piece of news to close out this entire segment with, the Splatoon 3 Splatfest, guys, takes place this weekend, and also there's an update this weekend. So, guys, bam, Splatoon 3 Splatfest. We heard about this in the beginning of, I believe it was the beginning of March. Yeah, it was like early March. We had heard rumblings of a Splatoon 3 Splatfest, and now it is here this weekend. The Splatfest theme is, which instrument would you play? Drums, guitar, or keyboard? And if you're asking me, I'm Team Drums. I am Team Drums. So from Friday, March 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to Sunday, March 24th at also 8 p.m. Eastern Time, you can participate in the Splatoon 3 Splatfest. 3 teams, a lot of options there. comment down below, edit your previous comment and say, hey Max, I'm team keyboard, or I'm team guitar, or I'm team drums with you, Max. Comment down below. I want to know what team you're on. Edit your comment from earlier if you already commented. I don't need like 9 comments from you. I just need one that's edited 80 times, you know? Like, that's all I need in my life. But there's also an update this weekend. Do we want to look at what that is? Guys, whenever a game updates, I normally tell you what changed, but with like Splatoon 3, it's like so many things I don't really ever tell you. Splatoon 3 update. What if we search that, guys? Here, update, how to update Splatoon 3. Let's see. 7.1.0 released. It added a song that will play during Splatfest battles and Tricolor battles, changes to Salmon Run for players not on the host system for multiplayer, shortened the time until those players pick up golden eggs touched immediately after depositing or throwing another golden egg. Like, I don't know, guys, these just aren't very fun changes. I mean, they happen. I guess that new song is pretty cool, but like, I'm not like, shooting confetti cannons for the, Splatoon update. So, that it's out there. It's there. Go download it, play in the Splatfest, and if you see me, come up to me and squid bag. My name on Splatoon is EmSwizzle. Just start squid bagging me. Now I worry if I try to play the event, someone's gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not playing. I'll be on there Saturday night or even tonight, Friday night. And I'll see you guys on the Splatfest. I'll be playing. Just know, if you ever play the Splatfest, I'll be on there. I'll be in your game. I'm going to target you. This sounds weird. Okay, guys, well, that is it for all the Nintendo news. I have all these papers on my desk because I read all the headlines off. But guys, it is time to get to possibly the biggest piece of news of the entire week. I don't know the fan engagement here, so I don't know if it's the biggest piece of news of the week, but we do have Princess Peach Showtime, the newest Nintendo title. It has released March 22nd, just released. I picked it up today as of recording, and we must discuss. Is the game good? Should you buy it? What are my thoughts? What do I rate it after the first couple hours of gameplay? Here is my first impressions on Princess Peach Showtime. Let's discuss. My friends, today is the day Princess Peach Showtime has released on Nintendo Switch. I am here to give you my first impressions on the game. We have it right here, guys. Is it worth $60? The game that everyone said was the baby game, was a game made for little kids. Oh, Princess Peach. Should you buy it? Is it worth $60? Should you skip it? Let's dive in. My first impressions on Princess Peach Showtime. Guys, I went to Cracker Barrel this morning, got some nice breakfast. I actually got 3 pancakes, which was very, very filling, very nice for me. I then head over to Best Buy, pick up the game, come home. I've been playing it ever since I got home. Let's discuss, what do I think? Now, a lot of people were calling this a baby game. I get into the game, I watch a cutscene, as most games begin with cutscenes and things of this nature, right? I watched the fun little cutscene, and then right after that, guys, sometimes games take a while to get good. I was thrown into the grand theater where this game takes place. I was thrown into the theater. Once you're in there, you see Toad, but then there's a bunch of knockoff Toads. They're called Theets, so there's a bunch of knockoff Toads. They're pretty cute. I can't lie. You're in the theater, and basically, I was pretty worried that this game was going to be like a train wreck. And what I mean by that is, you know how you can, switch between 7 different outfits and abilities? I thought one level, it would be like, it would be a Mario power-up. You start off with the Super Peach, and then later in the same level, you get the Detective Peach, and then later on in the same level you get the Sword Fighter Peach. I thought it would be like a whole lot to keep track of, a whole lot of switching, a whole lot of chaos, right? I'm happy to report It's not that way. Once you get into the game, I've not played the entire thing. I've played, 1 to 2 hours. I don't track time very well. It's very organized. Each level has its own outfit. So, there's one level. The first level that I did was the Sword Fighter level, where it's all based around, the Sword Fighter Peach, and that's the only outfit that you play in that level. Now, maybe, later on in the game, like for the final boss fight, you have to change between 3 outfits, and then, you beat the boss that way. But for the beginning, it's 1 outfit per level. Very organized. Thank you, Nintendo, for that one. I was a bit worried I'd be all over the place. And then, there's a Chef Peach level, and a Detective Peach level, and a Ninja Peach level. They're all separate. So, you know what? I really like that. I was hoping for something like that when I got into the game. That's awesome. And I gotta say, after playing several levels, I'm happy to report as well, it is a very enjoyable pick-up-and-play game. This is not a game that you have to learn all the moves for. Like, even something like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, similar controls. It takes a little bit to, learn all the moves. Like, obviously, I believe the Y button was to use your sword in the game, obviously. But, even some things like, learning how to dodge, learning how to backflip, things are hard to learn in several other games where, you gotta fight people. Princess Peach Showtime? Guys, you have 3 buttons, or 3 movements, 3 actions. The left stick to move around, I believe A to jump, and B to hit people. Whatever outfit you have. B is your attack, A is your jump, and left stick to move. That's pretty much all that you have to do in the game. It's 3 different actions. I say actions, I would say buttons, but the left stick's not a button. 1 stick, 2 buttons, that's all you need. So that can be seen as a pro or a con. A pro because it's very simple, very easy to learn. Your grandma could play it. A con because there's no learning. There's no learning curve. There's no, what's the word? There's no complex moves for complex players, if you get me here, right? There's nothing to learn. There's nothing to get good at. The only thing that you must get good at is spamming B over and over. Which, if you like that, phenomenal. But just little things like that makes me think, oh, this is a little kid's game, huh? Because you only hit 1 button. Bro, I played The Grinch Christmas Adventures. That game had more buttons than Princess Peach Showtime did. But that's not a big complaint. That's just, simple controls. You might like that. That's probably a pro rather than a con for the game. Now, I definitely do have some cons. While we were just talking about how the game is not, how the game having 2 buttons to use, makes it kiddie. We're talking about how that doesn't always mean that. There is something that makes the game very like a kid could play it. And it's very noticeable to me. And that is when, so I was in one boss fight, won't tell you who, because I don't want to spoil nothing for nobody. Guys, you can just spam B the entire time. Because what happens is, while I told you that B was your attack, let's say that you're fighting somebody. Maybe not a boss, but maybe like some normal enemies. If you just spam B, when the enemies try to attack you, you just get to dodge. If you press B, you just dodge them. Like automatically. In other games, you have to dodge yourself. You have to get out of the way. In Princess Peach Showtime, it does it for you. If you spam B, she'll go not today, and just spin out of there. So in that way, it's pretty spoon-fed. It's letting you do that, which is awesome. It's a very turn your brain off kind of game. I don't imagine that that a lot of the audience is older than the age of 12. So it's awesome in some regards. That's pretty cool. But you know what? I really think this game needs an easy mode and a hard mode. Easy mode is what I should have is what I should have been playing right now. That game that I just played, Princess Peach Showtime, that felt like it was on easy mode. I should be having a hard mode. I should be having a mode where there's a timer. There is no timer in all the levels. There's no timer. There's no real difficulty. Now, granted, I'm only 1 to 2 hours in, but this is simple. This is child's play here. I mean, not to rip the game, because that can sometimes be great. You might like that, and that might be the sole reason why you buy the game. But for me, I like a challenge in my games. I like challenges. I beat Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, the final boss battle, with 1 hit. I was 3 hearts. So, like, I like little challenges like that. And not that I expected this game to be crazy hard. It shouldn't be. You know, little kids want to buy the game, and I get that, right? It shouldn't be crazy hard, but there should be a hard mode for those who do want it. I would say that. I would give you that. We can jump to this. While you're in the game, it's much fun. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I was not full grin, ear to ear playing Princess Peach Showtime. It was a very, very fun game for me, and I'm not under the age of 12. You know, it was fun for me. Like, you can get enjoyment. The only thing, if I can't get a harder mode, if I can't get more difficulty in the game, I would really like for the Princess Peach outfits to at least have more than one move. Because for where I am in the game, 1 hour in, 1 to 2 hours in, I really wish you could do multiple moves with each outfit. So, you know, let's say if you're Sword Fighter Peach, you only have one attack. You have one attack, as I said earlier, it's the B button. But that's all you can do. That's all you can do. And I don't want to make it sound bad, because, like, when you're in the level, there are fun things. Like, I'm not going to say which, level it was. I was, like, hiding. I was, like, blending in with walls. I was chasing horses. Like, this game has a lot of, like, Mario Wonder type stuff where, like, you're beating enemies, and then all of a sudden it changes on you. It changes. It's like a Mario Wonder type of change in all the levels. So in that way, it's very diverse and it's fun. But it's just very bare in what you're able to do when you're not chasing horses or blending in with walls, right? In that sense, it's like I'm just spamming B and hitting enemies and just, like, getting through them, I guess. Like, it's not a challenge. It's not I have to use my brain. And maybe it shouldn't be, because once again, kids game, but it's just like, man, I wish there was more to the game. But one last thing I do want to talk about is the performance. As we saw when this game was revealed, it did not appear to be a 60 frames per second game. Now, I know some of you might not know what 60 frames per second mean. It just means that the game is a lot smoother. This game, Princess Peach Showtime, is like, I have no, like, frame rate tracker, but I think it's like 30 frames per second, which is just a tiny bit rough. The game, as you can see behind me, if you're watching the video version, I was playing on this TV. The video version right here can see this. I think it's like a 65-inch TV. Not to flex on you, I'm just saying for comparison, I'm playing on this TV. The game didn't look great. Like, it was pretty rough. It was a little bit rough, and, you know, frame rate doesn't have much to do with that. I'm just saying, like, the game as a whole didn't look like, like Mario Wonder looked better. But also, Mario Wonder is not a 3D game. Like capture everything. That's a 2D platformer. Mario Odyssey might have looked better. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to compare. I just, like, want to give you a comparison for what I can. Mario Odyssey might have looked better. Princess Peach Showtime looks a bit rough, performs a bit rough, and is very simple. But just from my first hour or two of playing the game, I am going to rate the game a solid 7 out of 10. Just off the first hour or two. Now, maybe I'll play 3 more hours and it'll be hard and I'll be sat there raging at the game because it's so hard. But for now, for the first impressions, because, guys, I can't play all 7 hours in one day. I could, but that's a lot of plan. This podcast wouldn't be out if I did that. It's very simple to begin. And I don't see that changing very much. I see some things getting harder. Like, I see when I get to the next, maybe there's a new world or something. When I get to that point, I imagine the bosses will be harder. It'll take some brain work, but I really don't think it will be that hard, I spent like 3 hours trying to beat Zelda Tears of the Kingdom with no damage. Sorry, just the final boss, not the entire game. 3 hours would be a speed run. And I don't expect that here. But I do want a hard mode, or a normal and an easy mode, because as I said earlier, that felt like easy mode. Should you buy the game? It's hard, because, guys, like, it's hard for me, because I'm a diehard Nintendo fan in a way. right? Like in a way, I buy the games, I talk about them, right? My title screen thing just shut off. So it's hard for me because like I buy all the games. I'm like, yeah, buy it. Like I had fun, right? But if I'm talking to somebody who is skeptical, who doesn't know if they're going to buy the game, who played the demo and is still undecided, I really might say skip. Because not only do you have a bunch of other games coming out this summer that you might want to spend that $60 on, I just don't know if it's everyone's game. Like first of all, if you're trying to figure out whether to buy the game, play the demo, and that should probably tell you. Because it's a lot of the same, at least in the first couple hours of the game. It's a lot of the same stuff there in the demo. $60 full price. I wouldn't expect anything less. Like I didn't think this game would be like $50. You know, it's a Princess Peach title. It's a Mario franchise title. It should be $60. I just don't know if you spend your $60 now or if you wait for like Paper Mario 1000 your door, you know? So I'd probably lean towards no. I'd probably skip it if you're, you know, just the average Nintendo fan. Maybe you're a bit more of a fan because you watch this podcast. It is a Nintendo podcast. Maybe the average fan doesn't listen to the show. I don't know. But if you're at all skeptical, I would lean towards no. But hey, everyone's different. I would suggest you to play the demo and then decide for yourself because I cannot tell you what you like and what you don't. For me, though, while I did rip this and I lean towards no, I'm enjoying the game. I can try to look past its simplicity and its simpleness, but I am kind of enjoying it. So, with that said, I'm going to get back to playing, but I lean towards no. Maybe don't buy Princess Peach Showtime. Play the demo, see for yourself. But that's it. Now we move on to, guys, what Nintendo should do. We just saw them make Princess Peach Showtime. It released today. That's one, great decision that they made. Now we have to discuss other decisions. What will Nintendo name the next console? Never really thought about it like that. Well, let's discuss. Listen, guys. I deleted Twitter from my phone because I found myself scrolling way too much. But I was scrolling on Twitter on my computer, just like, routine checks, and boy, what do I see? Nintendo might be naming their console the Nintendo Switch Attach. Okay, yeah, step back. Whoa, Max, that was a lot of information for the first 30 seconds of this segment. What is the Nintendo Attach? What is that? Max, what does that mean? What is that? So I thought it would be a tremendous segment to come on this podcast that you know and love, the Mario Matter, and talk about what Nintendo should be naming their next console. Because listen, if you search Switch Attach, okay, just search that, hit news, you see all these articles. Nintendo Switch 2 might be called the Switch Attach. Now, where do they get that information from? Well, have you ever been on YouTube? You might be listening to this podcast on YouTube. And sometimes it'll give you a survey saying like, hey, which of these consoles would you most likely buy? It said Xbox, PlayStation, Steam Deck, and Switch Attach. So it leads people to think that the next, Nintendo console will be the Switch Attach. Now, do I believe that? Absolutely not. Do I believe it? No. Nope. Zip, zada, no way. It's not going to be called the Switch Attach. But it does bring up a very great conversational point. What do you name the next console? So, let's talk, guys. This is quite the endeavor. I mean, realistically, who sits down in a war room at the Nintendo headquarters and says, guys, we need a console name? How does this meeting even go down? I'm going to have it with myself right now and figure out a name for the next console, but how do they actually do it? Do they all write names on a whiteboard? Do they all put submissions in a hat and put it in, they put their idea in a hat, they like shake it up, pull one out, and we're gonna name it the whatever their submission said. Like, is it just totally random? What do they do, right? So let's think. Nintendo Switch. So if this console is going to be a Nintendo Switch 2, and it's going to be very similar, it makes you think, because everyone's calling this console the Nintendo Switch 2, that's kind of like the name for it right now, the code name for it as it stands now. If I'm Nintendo, I might almost just call the dang thing Nintendo Switch 2. Like, guys, if they named this next console the Nintendo Switch 2, would you buy it? Probably, because, it's a brand new console. It's a new Nintendo console. But I guess the better question is, are you against the name Nintendo Switch 2? Well, let me tell you now. I would be kind of skeptical if we weren't calling it the Nintendo Switch 2. So because you see Nintendo Switch 2 in my titles, in other YouTubers' titles, in article headlines, we've now become used? We've become used to the Nintendo Switch 2 name. So if they named it that, it wouldn't be weird. Because we've been calling it that for the longest time. When PlayStation 5 comes out, everyone says, when is PS5 coming out? And then right now, it's PS6 might come out in 2027. I guarantee you the next PlayStation will probably be called the PS6. They know the name before it happens. So I almost feel like you might just go Nintendo Switch 2. You might do that. But if they won't do that, Max, I hear you guys saying, Max, it's not really a Nintendo thing to do. While they do have things like the Wii to the Wii U or the 2DS, DS to 3DS, they don't really like to add a 2 at the end of console names. Like video game names, yes, but not really console names. It's not a Nintendo thing. So what do you do? Well, there's two scenarios here. The first one is if the next console is going to be part of the Nintendo Switch family in a way, where it's still going to work, look, and function like a Switch, but it's going to have more power, it's going to have newer games, exclusive games, all that good stuff. If that's the case, if you're not going to call it the Nintendo Switch 2, you gotta call it what it is. And that sounds stupid, but let me explain. So if this console, let's just say hypothetically, has two screens that can, attach and then break apart, and that's your multiplayer. I think that was a C.com's idea for the Switch 2. If it has some crazy cool gimmick like that, call it the Nintendo Switch Double, or the Nintendo Double, or the Nin Double. Name it what it is. Name it by the gimmick. They did that with the Switch. The Switch can switch from TV to handheld, handheld to TV, TV to on a plane to the bathroom. You can take the Switch anywhere. If the screens can double, you might want to call it the Nin Double, like a version of the Mic Double, but different, So I would call it that. And it makes you think, if the Switch Attach was a rumored name, are they looking to attach a console? Can you attach a screen onto your Switch, like the Switch Attach? It might be a real thing. I don't know. I don't really know. But that's where you go if you're gonna have it be a part of the Switch family. If we're getting a brand new system that we've never seen before and is not at all a Switch, man, the possibilities are endless. Truthfully, it can be called, this program that I'm recording my audio in is called Audacity. It could be called the Nintendo Audacity, and nobody would care. You don't need to have a reason. Do you think for the Nintendo Wii, they meant something by that? What did the Wii mean? Like we having fun? Like we, or like we get to play together? Like we want to play? Was that the reason behind the name Wii? Can we Google? Why was the Wii named Wii? Let's see. Hit all. And 2 people standing side by side in the Wii remote and its nunchuck. Oh, you know what? That kind of makes some sense. Oh, man. That kind of makes sense. Oh. I can see it. So the Wii logo shows 2 people side by side and the Wii remote with a nunchuck controller. Oh, I see it now. Okay, well, they do have some reasoning behind the name Wii. Or maybe, like, that was a thing after they named it? I don't know. Dude, what do you name the Switch next console? The next console. What do you name this? The Nintendo Badonkadonk. The Nintendo Ultra. No. Really, the doors are open. I can't sit here and correctly predict the name of the next console. But let's just say, if it's not naming the gimmick, if it's like Wii or, you know, Wii U, where the gimmick isn't really in the name, like Switch or 3DS, doors are open. So I want to hear down below, what would you name the next Nintendo console and why? Let me know. Because honestly, I have a hard time thinking of names. I did make a video on this a while ago on my main channel. And I said, you know, maybe you name it like, have you ever tried to buy a TV in 2024? They're all named like Neo and like, you know, these random names, or like the Odyssey Neo or whatever, like whatever Samsung has. Like, just name it some random stuff and see what happens. The Nintendo Switch Showtime. The Nintendo Switch Power Tennis. Okay, that's bad. I was thinking like game names, like Mario Power Tennis. No, name it whatever. Name it Switch. Yeah, name it whatever. But that's my 2 cents, guys. Nintendo Switch 2 is doomed. But hopefully this year, and probably this year, we'll know what the name of the next console is. And we can look back on this segment and be like, Max, you were stupid. You were very dumb. Why would you have said that? And we'll laugh at me. But that is it, guys. Let's go ahead and let's get to the next segment of the podcast where I answer your questions that you have asked me. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's go ahead. Let's get to it. Alrighty, it's time for the Answering Your Questions segment, the Q&A, where I answer questions you've asked me. Welcome to the People's segment, your favorite segment, the greatest segment on the show. You ask me questions through voicemails and or written questions. And if you do want to ask me a question to answer on the show, there are 2 ways to do so. One, you can ask me a voicemail question where you click the link in the description and go on the website and say, hey, Max, you know, I'm a big fan. I've been watching for 9 years, and I was really wondering, you know, what are your thoughts on Princess Peach Showtime? You know, I've been thinking about picking it up. So you can do that. You can voicemail. Hopefully you don't sound like that. I mean, if you do, fair play, but like, you know, I was like doing a funny voice, so maybe, you know, use your real voice. It'd be pretty appreciated. Or what you can do is write me a question. Every Wednesday, I post on my YouTube community tab on my main channel, EmSwizzle on YouTube. That is EmSwizzle. The link is down below if you want to go over there. Every Wednesday, I post, hey, hope you're doing well. Ask me questions, go. And it usually has a cursed Nintendo image to go with it. So you can ask me questions there, and I gather all your questions, and I answer them here. Let's begin with voicemails. Oh, and one thing, if you do become a Swizzle Prime member, which is like Patreon, where like you pay monthly to get special perks, you can get your questions guaranteed, and some people here have done that. So let's dive into voicemails. We have channel member Corey starting us off. Let's go ahead. Let's hear Corey's voicemail. We have 3 to run through.
Hey, EmSwizzle, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm excited for your next podcast, and I was wondering, what future upcoming game, are you looking the most forward to?
Yes. What upcoming game am I most looking forward to? It's actually funny that you asked me that, because today, Princess Peach Showtime was released. We know this, right? And I have countdowns on my phone for different Nintendo Switch games. It's a widget with an app called Switch Buddy. If you look at my phone here, I'm covering... Oh, geez. Look at this. I've got different countdowns for different games here. So Endless Ocean Luminous comes out in 41 days. Thousand Year Door comes out in 62 days. And I just changed these today. So really, if I'm looking forward to an upcoming game, it'll be a Nintendo game. And out of these 3, which are all Nintendo games, Endless Ocean Luminous, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, it's one of these. And I'm not gonna lie. Dude, it's either between Endless Ocean or Paper Mario. Dude. Because I'm really excited for Endless Ocean, but Thousand Year Door is Thousand Year Door. I'm looking at him right now. Dude, it might be Endless Ocean. I really love Endless Ocean. I'm going to say Endless Ocean, because while it might not be the most respectable Nintendo fan answer, while your favorite Nintendo fan might say Paper Mario, you know what? I'm different. I'm really hyped for Endless Ocean Luminous. I'm going to buy it day 1. And we'll talk about it. It's great. So my answer is Endless Ocean Luminous. Next we have Antonio. Let's hear Antonio's voicemail.
Yo, EmSwizzle, what is going on? I love your videos. They're actually really interesting.
Thank you.
What is your favorite character or your most anticipated character that you want to be in the next Smash game? And what is the character that you hate that's in Smash Bros. Already?
Look at this. Character that I want in the next Smash game, and a character that I hate. Oh boy. So, honestly, I could sit here and say Waluigi. Everyone wants Waluigi to be in Super Smash Bros. Whatever the next one. And while that would be nice, I don't want to give you that answer. Honestly, if they can throw in people like Steve, I think I would honestly want... No, I wouldn't want like a third-party character. I want more of Nintendo staples to be in Smash Bros. Like Toad. Like where is Toad? Like he's not in there. Bring Toad. I would probably vote Toad. Bring Toad in Smash Bros. If you can bring Isabelle from Animal Crossing, one of the most charming characters into Smash, bro, Toad can be in Smash. Bring Toad. And a character that I hate that's in Smash, I truly don't hate anybody, but I don't really at all care for, like, I don't care at all for, like, Cloud and Terry and all those other guys, which I'm not trying to say are bad characters. I just, like, don't know who they are. Like, honestly. So if you like those guys, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not trying to do none of that. I just personally don't even know who they are. So, for that reason, that's probably who I would remove. But I'm not at all saying that they're bad characters. I have no interest though. So, you can get them out of there. I don't hate any characters though. I just don't really care for some. So, I would say those guys, but bring Toad to Smash. Next up, our next voicemail comes from Alex. Let's hear it, Alex.
Hello, Max. My name is Alex. I am from Phoenix, Arizona, and I was wondering, do you think Palworld is going to get sued by Nintendo? And even if they do, will Nintendo win? Thank you.
Still a brewing story, because the whole Palworld stuff, that took off in like January, didn't it? Or like, yeah, it was late January. Oh, and thank you, Alex, for your. I've not thanked anyone for their voicemails. Thank you guys. Thank you all three of you. Man, do I think they'll get sued? Honestly, I feel like it's less of a Pokemon. So we learned that the Pokemon company was looking into it. I feel like it's less of a priority now. I feel like if they were going to drop some lawsuit, they would have done it already. Because Palworld's pretty much dead. Like, I haven't heard the game's name in a while. It's not as big as it used to be. If it was still pretty big, I might say, yeah, might, want to go ahead and sue them. But I mean, will they sue them? I probably land on no, just because I don't know if it's worth it for them. However, if they did sue them, if Nintendo, who has the greatest lawyers on planet Earth, decide to sue Palworld, I probably see them winning. Just because it's not very often that, Nintendo jumps into a lawsuit and like doesn't win. They have lawyers, they have their whole plan, they know what they're suing for, and they can usually win. They usually, when you face the big league, Nintendo, the house is going to win. Nintendo's going to win. Nintendo versus Palworld, it's kind of hard for them to not win. So I would say they would definitely win, but at this point, I don't even know if they're going to sue them, honestly. I don't know. I don't really see it happening. If they do, placing my money on Nintendo. But guys, we have some more written questions to run through from some members here to begin. Camden asks, if you could make a Mario enemy, what would it be? Let's see. Mario enemies. What are we missing? So we have Goomba, we have Koopa Troopa, we have all the new Mario Wonder ones. Do you know what I want most of all? I want kind of like a chain chomp, but one that can move around. Like, what if we just had some like crazy looking animal that just like walked around and like just chomped, just like chomping people. Like, that would be kind of scary. That would be pretty cool. Make him like a crazy colorful pink, blue, orange, character, and just like have him go ahead and like chomp people. Just have him run around, just chomping, and you have to like jump over him or like step on him, and then he dies. Can we have that? Like, similar to a chain chomp, but like a freaking crazy animal, We should have that. And name them Chompalots. Chompalots. Yeah, Chompalots, guys, coming to the next Mario game near you. Look forward to it. Hamza asks, what's a game you didn't expect to enjoy, but ended up enjoying it? Yeah, for me, that's a hard one. I feel like every game that I've played recently is like hitting, So it's kind of hard to like think back to stuff like that. But I can probably think of something for you. I can think of something. What are some games that I bought recently? Games that I bought recently would be, I bought games recently, but I haven't quite played them yet. Princess Peach I played, but I bought a few Wii games. I would probably say, sorry, it's hard. Maybe like Mario Golf Super Rush? Mario Golf? Because honestly, I did kind of think that the Mario Golf series was on a decline. I definitely did. Especially after Mario Golf World Tour, I didn't enjoy too much. But Mario Golf Super Rush, the story mode was fun. The game itself is fun. Get to freaking like sprint around the entire golf course. That's awesome to me. I really liked that one. I liked Mario Golf Super Rush. I would give you that. Mario Golf Super Rush, I didn't have high hopes for, but loved it, dude. I would say buy it, honestly. Story mode for me was great. It wasn't like this crazy cutscene character development story mode, but but it was awesome. I enjoyed it. So that's probably what I would answer there. Let's Go Gaming 28224 asks, do you think in the far future they will be able to make it possible for handheld consoles to be able to run PC level games? Yes and no. So, let's say in 20 years, Nintendo releases the Nintendo Switch 5, or like whatever it is that can that has power, right? I mean, whatever that console is will definitely be able to run PC games that we have nowadays. So what's a PC game right now? A game that is played on PC, like Elden Ring or GTA 5. Call it GTA 6, right? I don't imagine that the current Switch can play GTA 6. But like Switch 2 might be able to. Switch 3 definitely can. So it's going to be able to play PC games like now. But if you're talking about like, can a handheld console be able to run PC level games like while it's like, so GTA 5 right now, can a PC run it in a handheld, can run it like in the same console generation? It's happened. Steam Deck. Steam Deck is basically a PC, but handheld. Steam Deck can run all sorts of PC games. GTA 5, name them. Name any of them. Elden Ring, whatever you want. Baldur's Gate, name them. It can do all of it, which is very, very neat. Now, it is very expensive. So, then the question becomes, will they ever have that at an affordable price? I'd probably say yes to that. I'd probably say yes. You will be able to buy a handheld that can run PC games at an affordable price eventually. Because Steam Deck is like $400 and up, which I guess the entry model is cheaper than like a PS5. But I mean, it's still expensive, right? So, yeah, it's like $500, $600. Hopefully it's cheaper. But I mean, yeah, it's already happened. Times are changing, guys. Times are changing. Joseph asks, when do you think the next Mario Party game will be? Will it be Mario Party 11 or restarting with Super Mario Party, with the next one being Super Mario Party 2? Then when that gets to 10, maybe do Super Mario Party Superstars? That's a lot of super. Honestly, it's really unknown territory because we've never really seen Nintendo go above 10. Like, we have Mario Kart 8. I would imagine that the next game is gonna be Mario Kart 9. I don't think that they would do like a Mario Kart, like a super deluxe Mario Kart 8. I think it'll be Mario Kart 9. But for Mario Party, after 10, like do you just keep going up? Do you keep going up like 11, 12, 13, Mario Party 13? I'm not at all against it. I'm not at all against them having like a, one day a Mario Party 23. Like, I'm not against that, but I feel like it might look kind of weird. Like, dang, we're at Mario Party 34 right now. Like in 20 years, we're going to be like, dang, Mario Party 38? Wow, it's been some time. So do you just keep going up in numbers? I guess that's the question. I think yes. I think definitely yes, because your entire franchise you've built, or your entire series rather, you've built by going up in numbers. So Mario Party 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. They've been doing this for so long, where if somebody sees like a super duper Mario Party, they might not even know it's a new Mario Party game, simply because Mario Party Superstars, I don't know if I would call that a brand new Mario Party game. Yes, it's new in the way that it's a new game, but it's remaking all of the old games, all of the old boards, and yes, it has extra content, but it's like a remake kind of game, So I don't know that you can convey the message that it's a brand new Mario Party game unless you name it Mario Party 11. And honestly, I don't hate that. Some people might be like, oh man, Mario Party 49 now. We're in the year 2055. We have Mario Party 49. Like, if you just keep going up in numbers, yeah, it might become a high number eventually. But in the same breath, every time that you give it a brand new number, people know it's a brand new game. Like, what are you going to do? Mario Party Wonder? Like, I guess that works. But going up in numbers, you know it's new. It'll sell good. It's your newest, baddest, and biggest Mario Party. I think that they keep going up in numbers. Yeah, I believe that answers the full question here. Yep. I think they go up to Mario Party 11. And then Icy Kirby asks, will you ever return to doing long-form videos? So a content question. What kind of content would you like to make for those? A personal favorite of mine is the Punch-Out video. Icy Kirby, I have great news for you. I too love that Punch-Out video. I love the Punch-Out video, dude. I was watching it recently. Like, dude, the way that I worked in the Mike Tyson interview, and then he said F off, like that was the funniest thing where he said F off. That was funny. I love that video. Yes, I do have plans to create more long form content, and honestly, you're gonna see it sooner rather than later. I'm currently, and the members know this, I'm currently seeking a long form video editor. There's no there's no application. I'm like looking on my own, and we're gonna get long form cracking again. I do not know how often it'll be. I want to start with like once every 2 weeks, like just to like feel things out, and then maybe we ramp it up to 1 per week, and then maybe 2 per week. Like, who knows what it'll be, but I definitely do have plans to get back into like long form content. That is not this podcast. This is the only like long form content that I've made in the past like 6 months, honestly. Like it's been a while, more than that, 6 months. Like since like August, I have not made a long form video. Yeah, I mean, it's been some time for sure. I will get back into it though. You have my word there, for sure. And I've also just been trying to like master shorts, so that's taken up a lot of my time. But then I sat down and I was like, man, yeah, you're trying to get good at shorts, but like, bro, you can record a long form video and send it to someone and send it over to like get edited and then post it. Like you have time for that. You can fit it in somehow, right? So, you know, I'm gonna return to long form soon. I can't give you an exact timeline, but, you know, soon is my timeline. Next few months. Random person asks, favorite Smash Ultimate DLC character? Pretty easy one for me. Pretty easy one. I'm going with Steve from Minecraft. The reveal, the release, everything about Steve is perfect. I give you Steve. And then finally, Super Smash Barbie. Wow. If you have played Nintendo Land, what's your favorite minigame on there? Thank you. If you answer my question, I love your channel. I can't find another Nintendo channel like yours. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes, I love Nintendo Land. But what is my favorite minigame? It's probably either Mario Chase or the Luigi's Mansion one. And I think, honestly, as basic as it is, I'm going with Mario Chase. Dude, there's nothing better than having a friend over and playing Mario Chase. Dude, come on. Nothing better than Mario Chase, where your friends are toads and they're running after you, and your camera is on the screen from the Wii U gamepad. It, like, videos you playing. Dude, it's the greatest thing. Mario Chase. If you have not played Mario Chase, buy a Wii U with Nintendo Land right now. Go play Mario Chase. It'll change your life. That's my answer. But guys, that is it for the Mario Matter episode number 81. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in, for listening, for watching, for viewing, for subscribing. If you could, on your way out, even if you're on YouTube, we would really appreciate this if you could go on to any audio platform like a Spotify or Apple Podcast and leave this show a 5-star review. It is one of the best ways to support this podcast. You know, so I would really appreciate it if you did such a kind act. What goes around comes around. Maybe if you leave me one, someone will leave you a 5-star review, whether it's at the place that you work at or on your podcast. Who knows what it is, guys? Great karma exists in the world. So, you know what it is. But that is it. I love you all. I'll see you all next Saturday. We might have a guest. We might not. We'll see. What is next? That's March 29th? Wow. That's the Friday. March 30th, we post the podcast. Wow. That's a week away. Just like how this is a weekly podcast. I'll see you all then. Adios.